Yo, what's up? Mr. Johnston back in this thing. And yeah, we out here reacting to different reaction channels, man. We just this is just
That was not
like an after show
a
type of
laugh.
thing,
I
man.
didn't
You
mean
know,
it.
my main thing was making sure
I'm doing good
hold
so
up, what
far.
the heck was that? Trying to figure out what's that keep popping up. Uh hold on, man. Is this supposed to be like a preview or something like that? Anyway, yeah, this is like a reaction to the reactors, and 'cause this is what I do, you know, offline. You know, I just be out here reacting to different content creators and stuff, man. I really don't have nothing, nothing much going on, man. You know, but I love having real interesting conversations, man. Uh, and I try to be very mindful of who may watch this video,
Don't do Gary Owen like
mindful who watch
that.
my
He
content, and also just be mindful of
no.
what I post online, just in general, man. Because you never know how a video you may post may end up uh, being reused or rehashed. Because people do that with tweets and Twitter and stuff. You know, they be like, "Oh, you tweeted this 10 years ago under your bed." You know, you tweeted this tweet saying that
I'm
you
officially done.
uh, own
That was
that
not a
your
laugh
grandparents
either.
owned slaves and you wish that you had a couple of your own, you know, or something like that, you know. But
That girl
you
got a
know,
real
so I
point.
try to be mindful what I post online, just in general, because it can be very draining in some aspects to kind of be catering to the audience and catering to what you think people want and stuff
This
like
motherfucker
that.
was
So
crazy.
it can really get very toxic. And you know, considering that a lot of people are so used to internet and they're used to the kids be on the internet and everything else like
He
that.
went bankrupt.
Um, you, I think it's important to keep in mind that the internet is not that old. It really isn't. It's like still growing. It still is in its inception in many ways. And I think that's something to take into consideration because when something is relatively new, there's going to be a lot of side effects that people are not going to be able to properly avoid. And I think because of the fact that people are making money from this, and I think anytime money comes into an equation, people sort of just, in a weird way, in America, I know it's true, that they just disregard any deterioration of the mind, the mental, emotional health of people, the side effects of being online a lot, and the side effects of having these technology next to us and integrating into our lives. So there's a lot of things that I think we just don't keep in. We just don't. We're not socially aware of. We just kind of just allow it just to kind of seep through. And I think that if we, as a collective of people, have that mentality of just saying, well, if other people let their kids have it or other people let their kids use it, then it shouldn't be that bad, you know. So, hold on.
No! Oh my god.
So yeah, I think it's definitely something to keep in mind, man. You know
Stop.
how we use technology and how it plays into our children's minds, into our own minds, into our even our parents' minds. You know, it's just so many factors that comes with this internet life that I think people don't say nothing about. That's one of the things I try to make my channel about. If you look at my channel, look at the videos I post. Like when I first started my channel, I didn't post nothing serious. I didn't post nothing. It was all entertainment, reaction. That's how I built my channel. That's how I have 1,000 subscribers. It's because I built it off of just being able to connect with people's desire for entertainment. But as I got older, I started to evolve mentally and emotionally. I started to realize, you know what? I have to establish something that is meaningful to me and something that feeds and it connects with my soul. And I see other people's channels, and from my perspective, in my world, in my box, it's not many of them that post content that I walk away from and feeling like, man, that just regenerated and rejuvenated my spirit, my soul, my desire, my thirst for knowledge, my thirst for Christ, my thirst for God, and to be able to grow as an individual. And I don't have that many situations where I'm like, yes, I love that I'm able to have a channel that is dedicated to helping people grow as individuals. And I want that. I want that, but I don't really care for having like a mainstream large fan base YouTube channel page. That's not my aspirations because that's not where I think God is calling me to. But I do feel like God is calling me to a ministry of being able to teach people, educate, inform, share information, knowledge, and being able to connect with people on the word, man. That's what I really care about is the word. But I don't want to. I don't want to become some religious zealot that is so caught up in. I'm gonna put my camera on in a second here so I can talk to y'all directly. So caught up in the art of being able to sell people on Christ, sell people on religious beliefs, religious lifestyle, whatever. I just not a fan of it. I genuinely care about. There go me on the Johnster, John JC. I really care about being able to resonate with people on a much far greater, deeper level than what is considered socially, what people identify with, let's see, I'm trying some of these filters. Um, and so um I'm just speaking as a person who values your attention. If people cared about what you think, if people truly cared about your attention, there rarely, if not, there would be any ads on YouTube. YouTube would not post ads. We will not sell our attention. They're taking your attention and are selling it to the highest bidder. Do anyone who cares about what your attention goes will sell it to whoever is casting the biggest dollars. They're selling it. And I think that if we even cared about ourselves, we would not allow ourselves to be objects of retail. We wouldn't allow ourselves to be sold. We wouldn't allow ourselves to be giving our attention away, which is so valuable, so priceless. Let me throw a hat on real quick. You know what I mean? Got the Blackhawks theme. Oh, you can see it. Got to get some light on. Get some light on you. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, so I think it's so many things I feel like is wrong with the world. I started my YouTube to be entertaining, but I slowly start to realize that there's things that needed to be talked about that's not being talked about, and I'd much rather deal with those issues than to be consumed with entertainment. I care about what people think. I care about what people watch. I care about what people are being subjecting themselves to, because it's a poverty out here, and I want those who truly desire to know more, to be who wants to grow, to actually grow on this platform, on this, I want to call it a shithole, but yeah, this platform, YouTube, because it's something to it. It has a lot of potential to integrate a lot of people into the truth. Yes, there are many may follow. Most of the people, and from what I've read in the Bible, most of the people that rock with Christ, that said it was a follower of Christ or was listening to Christ's teachings, they fell away. That it was very few people that stuck around to the end. And I know that that's a reality that's going to be constant throughout those who follow the truth, those who lead in the truth, those who identify themselves in the truth. That there are going to be those people who are going to fall away, and they're going to pursue the desires of the flesh. They're going to pursue social media attention. They're going to pursue the vanity of this world, to stunt other people, to make themselves look better than what they really are, for a social image. And that's what it is, you know. I care about, listen, I watch a lot of entertaining content, but I'll say probably like 90%, or maybe even I'll say 80 to 90% of the content that I watch is entertainment. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of wanting to laugh. I'm guilty of wanting to be distracted, you know. But I'm also have an undeniable thirst and desire and hunger for truth. And when I'm in these environments like YouTube, where it's like very finite amount of truth, I become very irritated because now I have to dig. I spend 90% of my time, 95% of my time searching, and 5% of my time appreciating what I found. And that's deep. I spend most of my time searching for truth because it's such a finite grain of it that I spend far more of that searching than I do appreciating truths. Appreciating truths. And I don't want, listen, I don't want to be no YouTube celebrity. That's why like most of my videos that I post, I don't think that is really me in the picture. I don't. Most of my videos I post, I can do some research right now. Most of my videos I post, it ain't me. It's I'm using somebody else's content, someone else's video. I'm trying to transform the content that other people make so that it can benefit more people. But I'm just this small person behind it. That's probably why my channel hasn't grown as a brand or anything like that, because I don't personalize it to try to make my name greater than what it is. You know, I care about truth, man. That's all I care about. As long as the truth get out there, that's why I'm when I see someone else speaking truth and living in truth and honoring what's right, I give that person their credit. But it's so rare and it irritates me. It irks my soul. Why? Why do people not care about truth? Why are people not hungry and thirsting for truth? Why are people content with just being entertained and distracted for a couple of hours? I can't. Like, I have a Netflix. I actually tried to cancel. It's probably maybe cancel like in 3 days, something like that. A few days. But I had Netflix. I wanted to watch the show, and I just thought to myself, like, how do people do this? How can people just sit and watch content that's not even real? Because they're not living in a real world. They're living in a fictional world where they can be content watching fictional content. Like most of the content that I watch, even on like Netflix, like that, and these entertainment websites, I mostly look for real life events, real life stories, real life documentaries, right? Because I care about truth. And I mean, granted, I'm not saying fictional stories don't have any value or fictional stories can't carry any truth. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because some people look at the Bible as a fictional story, right? And the power of the Bible is not whether it's true or not. It's the story in itself that carries the power. People get so caught up in, is it true? Did this happen? Was Adam and Eve? Did they have belly buttons? How can the snake be in the garden? How can the snake talk? And and how can all these miracles happen? You're missing the point. The truth is in the more in the is in the underlying of what the story is telling, is where the truth lies. And the story is to captivate aspects of the truth. Just like when someone says, "Hey man, this room is about as cold as a it's about this room about hot as a sun, right?" That's a simile, you know, but it's not being literal, but it gives you a glimpse and understanding where that person's coming from at and what that person experiencing, right? We do it all the time. We use falsehoods to characterized truths. But if you get so focused on the falsehood, saying is how hot is the sun and how hot is this room, it couldn't be true that they're the same degrees. You get so caught up in the literalness when the truth is in the overall deciphering. It is deciphering what is underlying and also what is being said, integrated, interwoven several times over. It actually does, in many ways, telling a story does a better job than being literal about things. Because even being literal can have many different interpretations. Whereas telling a story, you say, oh well, that story can only bring out this one feeling. This story can only bring me to this one conclusion. That story can bring me to this deepening of understanding. And that's what the story is meant to do. It's meant to reflect truth. Even if the story itself is not true, it's a mirror. It just reflects the truth. But you can't say, oh, what's on that mirror is false because of the fact that what I see on that mirror is not in that specific space and time, but it reflects truth. And a story is like a book. It's a book that reflects truth. The Bible is like a mirror that reflects the truth of the world we live in from God's perspective. It's like looking at the picture of the earth. One of the most commonly known things of the human race is one of the most common photos, a common face that everybody recognizes, no matter what region of the world you're from. One common thing we all recognize as humans is how the earth looks. And we always have that integrated into our minds. We want to know, how do we look from space? So, like I said, I can go on about the whole, having a moral to the story and the power of a story and how it's how much meaning, and I can go on about that. But like I said, I'm very apprehensive about talking on YouTube. I'm very apprehensive about expressing my thoughts and my opinions and my beliefs on YouTube because I recognize that I'm not looking for no pat on the back. I know it's not gonna be no pat on the back. I know, like I posted something on Reddit, and I don't really post on Reddit comment wise or even just content wise. And I remember that just got so many down. I got like well, not so many, but I got like 4 down votes, which for me as a person who don't comment much, that's a lot. So I got people was down voting a comment, and all I said was, and I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm not trying to like just recap everything that happened, but all I talked about was a white woman, using white privilege. And it's either I'm living in a bubble and I'm constantly perpetuating things about black people and about white people that are not true, or it's hyper extensions of the truth, or is people rejecting anything that is true for one group of people because they're not that group of people. Therefore, they can't see and understand and interpret and internalize the truths that person or that group of people experience. And like I said, I'm not going to recap it, but the white lady was at a grocery store demanding that they let her in when she doesn't have a mask. And I got arrested. Okay, as a black man, I got not arrested. Sorry, let me clarify. Let me not hyperextend the truth here. I got I guess a warrant or something like that. I don't know what you would call it. I had to sign a paper, a trespass notice or whatever, saying that I wouldn't come back into the store because I literally was talking to a female who worked there, and I briefly talked to her, just casual stuff. And apparently she was so uncomfortable, so just whatever you want to call it, that somehow some turn of events happened where all these people that worked there were very precautious of me, very concerned, because I came there more than like once or twice a week. I came there like probably like 5 days out of the week. Okay, and that's a lot, right? That's a lot to any average person to see a person come to a store more than once or twice, maybe every so often, every month or week or so, right? So I came there almost like every day for about 5 days or so, right? But I was inconsistent at times because, I just, didn't go up there. And I was just kind of bored and ankle for I was bored. I just kind of, lounging around. And in all fairness, if they were suspicious of me because I was just lounging around the store a little bit, I understand that. But unless I actually committed a crime or actually done something that was uh parallel to the level of suspicion that you have, then it's all outrageous activity from that point moving forward. So I was eventually it led to a point where I was sitting at a bench, just chilling there, because I'm just really trying to progress as I'm progressing and progressing and progressing with the things that I'm doing there that I know is bringing out these people's suspicions. But part of what I was doing was challenging a system that corrupts, that is corrupted, and is using your suspicions, which is just irrational beliefs, that is causing them to react a certain way where people, whether they're innocent or guilty, will suffer the penalties for crimes that they created for people who perpetuate certain behaviors that they deem themselves as from themselves as acceptable. Now I know it's a long, twisted way of saying this, but in a short way of saying it is that they're going to penalize you as a black person. If you're watching this, black person talking about you, they're going to penalize you for the stuff that they do, and they have a way of identifying you as the culprit by you feeding into their false interpretations of your behavior and false interpretations of who you are. So now it's your job as a black person to put at ease their false assumptions about you that is true about themselves. So their greatest fear, this white man's greatest fear, is that you will match the evil that they are dealing out. Now, how crazy that is to live in a world like that, to live in America as a black man, where you have to be constantly trying to convince people that you're not evil or you're not a bad person, while they themselves are acting out on the evil that they will murder you for. This is what it's like to live in a black man's America. So the only way I can find any desire to want to be in this country is to challenge the system. Is to challenge the system that tried to attack me in the fucking womb with abortion. Abortion clinics, multiple abortion clinics not that far from where I live. Not that far from where I grew up. Not that far from where I was born. Not that far from the hospital that I was born in. And you come to tell me that they don't have a war on black men when they are attacking us day and day and day and day after day. And I'm supposed to somehow normalize this. I'm supposed to somehow think that me and this white man who carries himself with a whole lot more, what someone would say, class, are equal. Are equal. I failed to accept that. And I know this is why I'm not eager to be writing books. I'm not eager to be posting videos about this stuff. I'm not eager to be out publicizing my views on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and stuff, because I know when I stand for the truth, I'm going to have to stand alone. And when I stand for the truth, there'll be people who are going to support me, but they're going to support me behind closed doors. They're going to support me by retweeting my message, but not not responding to the calls when I want them to come out and be right there on the front lines. I know the country, I know the world I live in, I know the game that's being played. I know the game that's being played. I'm aware of it. I'm not deceived or convinced that I have to just get the word out there and people are just going to be hooked onto it. Nah, I know that's not the case. I know the story. I know the reality. I know that that it ends the same way, man. It ends the same way. But at the same time, I also recognize that I gotta stand on my truth. I gotta live as a soldier willing to die on my post. I gotta live as a man who carries himself true to his word. And if I don't do that, there's consequences that I'm going to have to face with myself and with God that I cannot let down. I cannot let myself down. I can't become a victim to the system because I know God is behind me. I know God will help me overcome and conquer my enemies and make my enemies my footstool, right? But the reality is this, man. They're playing to get checkmate while you playing just to not lose all your pieces. Let me say that again. They're playing to get checkmate. You're playing so you don't lose all your pieces. You just want to make it so you don't have to, you don't have to miss a payment, a late payment on your car bill. You don't have, you playing so that you can make it and keep your mortgage up. You're playing so that you don't have to worry about the next rent. You weren't you playing so you don't lose your pieces. So I'm just keep it at that, man. I'm not even trying to be no on a pro black, pro leader, on some radical stuff. I'm just speaking as a man who, in many ways, is fed up now, and I have to be. I can't live my life look at the world that it is today and just be like, well, it is what it is. You gotta make the best of it. Nah, bro. Because God is fed up. You think God is pleased with this world? You think God is accept this world for what it is? Why would God say I'm gonna destroy this world if he said if he's pleased and he's satisfied with the world the way it is? No, he's frustrated. And any man that shares God's likeness and share who God is and how God sees his world, any man that shares his perspective will be fed up too. Will be fed up too. That's what it is, man. I'm not even trying to speak as a man who is angry at the white man and think the white man is the devil and the enemy. Because I know the enemy is the enemy. And an enemy can be in any shape, form, size, race, color, creed, whatever. The enemy is the enemy, bro. So this video wasn't even supposed to be like this. Honestly, this is supposed to be like me kind of BS a little bit, but I'm so infuriated, man. God put this fire inside of me, man. He put this fire inside of me for truth and wants to purge this world, man. Wants to destroy this world. And wants to use my sword of truth and just rip through everything that is that carries a falsehood. And listen, man, it's frustrating because I deal with the same realities, the same problems. Everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to have somebody in their life that they can love and hold on to, and they can seek in times of struggle and everything is like that. But the reality is the pathway that Christ took was a lonely one, and anyone that follows him is gonna have to take the same lonely, travailing, mountain of a path that he took. I'm sick of this, man. I'm so sick of it, and I'm sick of us trying to make ourselves happy and be satisfied with these lies. That's all we do is we watch content and we watch movies and TV shows and videos and all this stuff just to distract ourselves from the truth, so that we don't have to be looking at the ugly truth. We can see the pretty lies online, the Instagram pretty lies, Twitter, these pretty lies. We're lying to ourselves to make ourselves comfortable. But what happens if one day the power goes out and we are left stuck thinking and looking at our true selves? We're going to suffer. We're going to die in these cracks. Many will die in the cracks. Man, listen, bro. Listen. I like to be entertained. I like to have fun just as much as the next man. But I need to get the truth out there. I need people to wake up. I need people to wake up. I need people to wake up to the truth. I need people to hear the word. I need people to be feeding off the word. I need people to stay strong in the word, because we need that. I need it. I need to be strong in the word. I need to stay solid and deep rooted in the word. Because if I don't, I'm going to fall away to all the things of this world that would even destroy me, that would purge anything good in me. I don't see enough people going hard for the truth. I don't see enough people going hard for what's right. I don't see enough people going hard for what is love. What's God? I don't see it. And it's disturbing. It's uncomfortable to live in this world where people don't know how to love one another, where people don't know how to walk in faith and honor what's right. It's disturbing. But somehow, some way, people think that the only thing you should be most concerned about is being happy and being content and comfortable with where you are. That's sleep to me, man. That's sleep. You want to be asleep. You want to be drunk. You want to be high. You want to be sedated. You want to be under some hypnosis. That's what you want. If you pursue those things, if that's what those things either lead you to, those things of comfortability, pleasantries, all these, um, uh, uh, these superficial things, they lead you to sleep, which is death. So you tell me, those who truly seek the life, as Christ said, those who seek the life that Christ is, do you think that those people are seeking the pleasantries of sleep, of comfortability, of being happy, quote unquote? No. My cam's starting to get dark because the light starting to fade away. It's it's getting dark outside, so but I'm just sick of this. I'm not happy trying to be an entertainer. I'm not happy trying to entertain people, and I want, like I said, I started to make a video compilation of funny videos, but I'm like, I don't care about making people laugh. I want people to get the truth. I mean, granted, for you to feel good about the truth is one thing, but you to feel good just to feel good is a whole nother thing. And I realize that I'm not as far gone as sometimes I may think of myself to be. I'm not so deeply entrenched in the fuckery. Sometimes I look at my Instagram, for example, and I'm like, damn, I don't have that many followers. I don't have any real followers, you know? I look at my Twitter, for example, I'm like, damn, I got nobody following me. But I'm realizing that's actually a great thing because no one can define who I am. And I can't put myself in a position where other people are defining what I should and should not post. And that's a fact. Because once you have followers and once you have engagement, now you have people who expect something out of you and would do something that would negatively affect you if you don't. Man, I'm gonna leave it right there, man. All I gotta say is stay up, stay high, love what's right, do what's right, honor what's right, seek what's right. And I'm gonna continue to provide you more content, biblical content, with gospel content, with wisdom, and different stuff that I think can feed your soul. You know, I had this whole live stream thing going on about feeding your soul, because that's what it's about, feeding your soul, man. The Bible says, "Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you." If you seek God first, man, everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. So that's my encouragement to you all. That's my encouragement to those who may be watching this video, is that you'll seek God first. You will love what's right. And you will do what's right before the eyes of God. And not pursue things of this world because it's available to you. Because it seems nice. Because it carries some social value. What about God's value? What about what God thinks? What about what God says? What about what God's will and what God's word is? Does that carry any value to you? That's what I want to know. I be seeing my channel lose subscribers, and I be kind of happy about that because I'm like, I'm purging my channel. I'm removing all the fat off my channel so that the meat of the people who will support the content that is actually serving the greater good, that's actually serving our greater selves, our higher selves, our truer selves, will actually stay and appreciate that content. I'm purging, I'm cutting the fat off. I'm removing the fat. Because there is possibly some meat that is maybe people who may see this video or may see other videos that are non-entertainment and more educational and more spiritual. And they be like, thank you for making this content. I followed you for the reaction stuff, but since you're making this other content, I've been watching that too. I've been looking forward to that too. I just need like one or two people to look forward to my content. You know what I mean? A few good soldiers, man. A few good soldiers. That's all I really need, man. That's all I really need, man. And the rest to take care of itself. But I hope you all stand strong, staying true to yourself. I hope that you all are loving one another and living life the way God intended to be lived. Not talking about living for the pleasure trees. I'm not talking about wilding, having fun, drinking, whatever, smoking, whatever you do. I'm talking about living in the Word. Living the Word. That's what I'm talking about. So, listen, man. I can go on and on and on, man. I'm not, but I could. And I just want to say, listen, man, I appreciate those who may watch this video. I just want to encourage people to just live in truth, man. So many things, so many lies that's being told to us. And all we have to do is just believe it for us to have another 400 years of slavery. And I'm just sick of this, man. I'm fed up. I need some fed up folks, man, to come hit me up, contact me, talk to me, man. Because if you fed up, and I'm fed up, we fed up, then we can possibly make some change, man. And not look for comfort in the pleasantries, man. I need some fed up folks, man.